Hey, Loco. Long time no see.
James, how are things?
Great. I'm just coming back from N7 training, and I thought I'd hit you up. I got something on my mind that's been bugging me since we beat the Reapers.
What can I do for you?
You built the best fighting force in the galaxy over the years, and I was wondering, who do you think is your strongest teammate?
That's definitely a question, James. I mean, I recruited an Asari Justicar, a Krogan Battlemaster, the world's best assassin, and a bunch of elite Alliance Marines.
Don't worry, take your time, we'll wait.
What do you mean, we?
Hey, Shepard, you got anything to eat?
Shepard, Commander. It is good to see you.
Thanks for having me over, Commander.
James, did you invite everyone?
Present!
Anyway, what's this about who your strongest teammate is? It's me, isn't it? Please, the only thing you could beat is a cup of warm milk.
Krogans, all muscle, no brain, would lose a fight against a prepared Solarian.
All the science and intelligence in the world will only get you so far against biotics.
In my cycle, if we wanted to determine who was the strongest, we would fight to the death instead of wasting time talking about it.
Hang on, no one here is fighting anyone. Here's what we're going to do. I'll rank you all on this tier list, then a bunch of other people can argue about who they think is the strongest later on.
That sounds reasonable, Commander. Why don't you start us off?
We all promise to be cool about this regardless of what I say, right?
Shep, we're all grown-ups here. No one is going to get upset just because you think they're weak.
Okay, well, starting off at the bottom of D tier is Kasumi.
Okay, what the hell?
Didn't you say we'd be grown-ups about this?
Are you telling me I'm ranked lower than Tali, Morden, James? I mean, you've got me lower than Jacob?
Not so sweet on Jacob now, is she?
Wait, what? Sweet on me?
Jacob, you have Bryn now, remember? You're not doing this again.
Kasumi, you're a master thief. If it were a competition to determine who the best pickpocketer is, you'd be number one. But we're talking about combat prowess here, and you have the least of it among the squad.
I literally outran gunfire from a helicopter and jumped right onto it.
That's cute, Ninja Girl. You want to know what I would have done? I would have dragged it to the ground by looking at it.
Also, Kasumi, your only combat feat is kicking and punching some random grunts while stealth. You didn't even knock them out.
Those guys were heavily armored.
Sweetheart, if heavy armor is enough to stop you, you're not getting past me.
Kasumi, your only advantage is being able to go invisible, but since you can't kill anyone immediately, it's pretty much pointless.
You're also the only one of us besides maybe Morden who refused to actually fight in the Reaper War.
Yeah, it must have been real comfy hanging out with Admiral Hackett while the rest of us were fighting Cerberus.
You're bottom of the rung, Kasumi, sorry.
This is such bullshit.
It's okay, Kasumi. Being considered strong isn't all there is. We love you either way.
I'm glad you feel that way, Tali, because you're also in D tier.
Shepard, I have a shotgun.
Bless you, Shepard.
Are you coming down with something, Shepard?
Oh, no. I'm just demonstrating how just about anyone could defeat Tali if she were to fight them.
Nobody is pulling my mask off and sneezing in my face in the middle of a fight.
The point stands that your compromised immune system makes you unviable in a head-to-head fight, Creator Zora.
Legion, I can easily drop you with a jab to the head.
Try it when I'm not off guard. I dare you.
Tali, one of your own elite soldiers. Cal Rhaegar was as good as dead due to a breach in his exosuit. All it takes is one slip up and you join him. You know that as well as any of us. The only reason I have you above Kasumi is that you do actually get in there and fight.
Fine, at least I'm not the weakest.
Moving up to C tier now we have James.
No way, Commander. I'm at least top 5. I mean, look at me. I could probably bench press both of the Krogan if I wanted to. Plus, I'm a total tank. Who is stronger than me?
Literally anyone who uses biotics, even Jacob.
We did already go over this at the party.
Plus, tell me this isn't you struggling with a bunch of Batarians.
I totally had that under control before Admiral Anderson showed up.
That's still the most impressive thing you've done. Well, that and outpacing these rifle shots, which I wouldn't have expected given your build, Vega. I do give you points for being insanely durable, but many of the people above you would either outrange you, outspeed you, or just plain bully you with biotics.
Name one person who would bully me with biotics.
Jacob Taylor, who is next on this list.
Are you kidding me?
Not too bad.
You're satisfied with being in the bottom 5?
Listen, I'm almost always last in these lists. I'll take what I can get.
For his worth, Jacob is a fully trained Alliance Marine who was recognized enough to become a Corsair. Plus, he ate the force of an explosion and was lit on fire and just walked it off.
Not bad for a pyjack.
On top of that, Jacob can apparently just land headshots in low visibility, as much as anyone dislikes him. You gotta admit, this is pretty impressive.
Think you're some kind of sharpshooter, Taylor?
Pull up Garrus and I'll show you what sharpshooting looks like.
The only thing holding Jacob back is his lack of biotic feats. I mean, come on, Taylor. Where the hell is your barrier here?
Look, man, I forgot to turn it on.
Why have it off in the first place? You need to stop by so I can give you a lesson, Jacob. You're worse than Rodriguez.
The last character in C tier is our good Dr. Morden Solus.
Interesting placing, underrated. Explain, Shepard.
Yeah, explain how the Solarian is ranked higher than me.
Aside from the fact that Morden probably has like 12 different ways to kill you with medicine, he's also incredibly quick and skilled in close combat. Here he is swiftly dodging a Krogan Warhammer attack and then following up with a swift execution.
Ah, good times.
Whoever that Krogan was ought to be ashamed of themselves. Disgraceful.
This is about all Morden has for combat, though. With prep time, he could do better.
Understandable. Reasonable assessment of skills. Carry on, Shepard.
Moving up to B tier now, we're starting with you, Ashley.
I'm at the bottom of B tier? Wait, this means I'm lower than Kaiden?
The competition is tight. You're competing with a bunch of biotics and other strong individuals, Ash.
Fine, Shepard. Let's see what you think of me.
Ashley does have a lot of advantages that would make her a tough opponent for anyone. She's a durable soldier with mastery over various weapons, and she was skilled enough to become a Spectre all on her own.
And I'm one of the only characters to ever kill Rex.
Ha! By shooting me in the back when I'm facing off with Shepard. See me face to face, girly.
It might not be that easy, Rex, because I don't know if you all know it, but Ashley is a certified member of Weave Nation.
You know it, Commander.
Ashley survived against a platoon of Geth all on her own by going Ultra Instinct and dodging long enough until Kaiden and I showed up.
She even managed to return fire in the middle of all that. Good moves, Williams.
Being able to dodge gunfire like that shows great reaction speed and agility. Commander Williams would be a bothersome foe.
Unfortunately, there's only so much ducking and weaving you can do when faced with people who can move things with their minds. Anyone else who's a skilled gunman would also gun Ash down. You'll have to settle for the bottom of B tier.
I'll take what I can get. At least I made mid-tier, unlike Vega.
Very funny, Williams.
Next up on the list is Legion.
Shepard, Commander. We would like you to reassess.
Sorry, Legion, but you literally have more experience playing Galaxy of Fantasy than you do in actual combat.
You aren't joking. Legion is a level 612 Ardat Yakshi Necromancer, and he maxed out the score in N7 Code of Honor, Medal of Duty.
We use that to keep our skills up for real combat.
Do you also use Fleet and Flotilla, interactive cross-species relationship simulator to practice for real life too?
I wouldn't have expected a Geth to be into a dating simulator.
Legion, I had no idea you played. Who's your favorite romance option?
Shepard, Commander. We are not here to talk about our gaming habits. We request a change in topic.
Legion is a lot more advanced than your typical Geth, housing more than 10 times the programs than a standard unit.
It shows. Legion is one of the few of us I would be worried about in a sniper match.
As a synthetic Legion would have a lot of other advantages. They don't tire, feel pain, or need to breathe, and can survive high-altitude drops.
Unfortunately, Legion's durability is a bit questionable since a single rifle shot apparently blew their chest out. Plus, Legion is lacking real-world combat training. The entity here was only created after we defeated Sovereign.
Ah, our little murder bot is just a baby. Maybe we should get him a bottle of motor oil.
We find this observation and taunting of our perceived age disagreeable. Move on, Shepard, Commander.
Next in B tier is Kaiden Alenko.
I am perfectly content with this.
Shepard, I would destroy Alenko in a fight.
When Kaiden was 17 years old, he beat a Turian war vet in a one-on-one duel.
He has pretty impressive biotics for a human, too.
I know of very few humans who can successfully pull off a biotic reave. One of them is Miranda, who is bioengineered to be a powerful human biotic. And the other is Kaiden, which is odd because he's still using that defective L2 implant.
The old girl still serves me well.
That L2 implant gives Kaiden migraines that make him sensitive to light and loud noises.
Wait, so you're telling me he fights Geth who have flashlights for heads while hearing gunfire all around him, knowing it gives him painful migraines? Respect.
Thane, my man. You stopped an assassin from killing the Solarian counselor while suffering from Drell lung cancer. You're the one who deserves respect.
The only thing Kaiden is lacking is proper training. He never actually went through further biotic training when he entered the Alliance. But he's still a trained Marine and potential Spectre.
Honestly, the Major being as strong as he is without any formal biotic training is a feat within itself.
After Kaiden in B tier, we move on to Edie.
Shepard, I come equipped with a Thanix cannon, kinetic barriers, and an FTL drive core.
Edie, we're talking about your body, not the Normandy.
Ooh, continue.
Edie's body is the one that belonged to Dr. Ava, and as such, anything she could do, Edie can do as well. The body is resistant to small arms fire, extreme temperatures, and it even outran me when we were on Mars.
And she has all the advantages of being a synthetic.
What holds Edie back is that her body is specifically noted as being built for infiltration and not head-to-head combat, and she is still making improvements to the body on her own. Still, the body shows great strength when it manhandles Kaiden or Ashley on Mars. With Edie's natural intelligence, it's a force to be reckoned with. Now we have 2 more characters in B tier left. First up is Ms. Miranda Lawson.
Shepard B tier? I'm perfect, I get all A's.
Miranda, relax. B tier is completely acceptable.
I'm a genetically engineered human who heals faster, will live longer, and my intelligence is unmatched.
You're certainly not lacking in modesty.
I can react to and block bullets with my biotics, hit a target from 100 meters away, or just crush it with my biotic powers. How am I only a B?
Because by your own admission, your biotics are only good for a human, Miranda.
And your biotic conditioning is trash, cheerleader. You said you could hold the bubble up on the suicide mission, yet you fail. Probably because your ass is weighing you down.
Also, you lost to Kai Leng even with a warning from Shepard.
Thane, you literally got killed by Kai Leng.
At least I have the excuse of having a respiratory disease. What about you?
The best thing Miranda has going for her is her intelligence, just like Morden. Give her a little bit of time to prepare, and she'll probably come up with some countermeasure to beat some of the people in the upper tiers. The final character in B tier is our little tank baby, Grunt.
Let's go, I'm at the top. Yeah, the top of B tier, Junior. Don't get all excited because you're the top rung of mid.
Grunt is carried heavily by his Krogan biology. Durable skin, regeneration, high running speed, redundant organs, and natural Krogan strength.
All those tools are good, but they don't count for anything if you don't know how to use them.
Grunt. Very strong, problematic in close quarters, still very young, easy to trick.
I've run into enough Krogan who think they're fucking invincible to know how to handle them. That head plate right there, coming right off.
No, we hate that. It's a war crime.
A Krogan complaining about a war crime. That's a new one.
You're one to talk, Turian.
Grunt is unfortunately limited by his lack of experience and recklessness. Anyone smarter than him and capable enough should beat him. But just being a Krogan makes him a strong contender no matter what.
In 300 years, none of you besides Liara and the 2 robots will be here, and then I'll be the strongest. Oh, that made me feel bad.
Moving on to A tier now, at the bottom we have Liara Tisoni.
Shepard, how is Liara so high up? Since when is she so strong?
Here's Liara casually defeating tons of opponents with her biotics untouched. Then there's her temper tantrum here, which about damn near rivals Jack's. Then here she is reacting to and dodging gunfire.
Very impressive for a young Asari.
It's gotta be that 25% Krogan blood she's got running through her.
I'm just like that. I don't know what else to say.
Liara is held back by her general lack of combat experience. She didn't really get started until she joined us in the fight to stop Saren and Sovereign, so to be on the safe side, she's at the bottom of A tier.
Besides, we all know Doc only has all those feats because the writers, the universe, loves her more than the rest of us.
What is that music?
The OG is coming through.
Why is this primitive hyping himself up so much?
Assuming all of Zaid's stories are accurate, he's an extremely accomplished mercenary and bounty hunter. Sole survivor of a mission to take down a Turian frigate, fought in the Krogan DMZ, fought more Krogan in the Skyllian Verge, has killed over 50 Cerberus operatives, knows exactly how to kill Krogan, killed a Krogan warlord one-on-one, killed 100 Batarians.
Okay, we get it. The old guy has been around.
Oh, and don't forget Zaid was shot in the fucking head and just didn't die.
Rage is a hell of an anesthetic.
Anyone got any complaints, concerns, or can I move on?
I don't think anyone is trying to argue against the guy who was too angry to die.
Good, next on the list is Jack.
Excuse fucking you? Are you saying I don't even make the top 5?
Jack, relax. You're easily the strongest human biotic I know. Well, besides me. But I digress. Jack, upon her first appearance, destroys 3 heavy mechs and goes on a rampage through a prison ship, causing all critical systems to fail one after another.
See that hole in the wall? That's you if you don't move me up right now.
Jack also has incredible biotic feats. She's capable of casually bringing down parts of a building and can release biotic blasts directly comparable to Liara's. And she basically threatens to kill an entire room of people.
There, you see that? I'm definitely higher than this, Shepard.
As powerful as Jack is, though, she's severely lacking in skill. Unleashing all her power leaves her vulnerable to sneak attacks.
It takes a special kind of stupid to let a Krogan of all things get the drop on you.
Shut the fuck up, cheerleader!
Jack, you're placed where you're placed. We're moving on to the top 5, starting us off with Garrus.
Holy shit, I didn't even realize Scars made it up this far. Are you kidding me, loco?
The only thing Garrus can do is talk about calibrations.
I believe my track record on Omega speaks for itself.
Garrus has been training to use a gun since he was a child, enlisted in the Turian military at 15, and was a C-Sec officer. On Omega, he had all 3 of the mercenary groups on the run with his own team, and then Garrus held them off all alone, hitting headshot after headshot after headshot.
Did it all while jamming to the Turian national anthem too?
Garrus is probably the best sniper in the galaxy, and that means he's pretty much able to beat anyone who isn't as equally skilled at long range, or isn't insanely powerful.
I still think I could take him.
I've dealt with plenty of Krogan like you grunt, and most of them had biotics, which you lack.
Don't get such a big head over 5th place Vicarian. You're still lower than me, like all Turians are.
We'll settle that one of these days, Rex.
The final A-tier character is Thane, the Master Assassin.
I hope you aren't judging me based on Keprel syndrome.
I'm looking at you at your peak, Thane. You're a close combat monster, and effective at long range as well. Plus, you started training and fighting earlier in your life than most of us, getting your first kill at 12.
I also know how to kill every species. Human, Turian, Krogan, you name it.
Counterpoint, he got killed by that Cerberus lopping ninja.
That assassin caught me on my worst of days, and it was still a close fight for him. Says more about him than it does me.
Surely no one else is going to complain about the guy who can kill you in about a dozen different ways being highly ranked.
I'm not brave enough to try, to be honest.
Good. Time for the top 3 in S tier, starting with Javik.
Commander, you have 2 of these primitives above me. In my cycle, you were all inferior and all beneath the Protheans.
Well, we're not in your cycle anymore now, are we?
Not much is known about Javik's true capabilities, but we know he is a veteran of a Reaper War. He was considered an elite soldier of his people. Javik also has extensive knowledge on our individual species, through the knowledge passed on through his memory shards. Javik also had to run from his crew for years until he killed them all with just a knife.
Wow, that's best brutal.
What you call brutal, I call strength. Hesitation is defeat. To win a battle, you must be decisive at all times.
I seriously doubt there's very many of us who could beat a soldier like Javik. However, there are 2 of them. The second person in S tier is Samara.
Oh, so I'm second place.
I always knew you were smart, Shepard.
Commander, I can literally shoot Rex dead if you don't do it yourself. Plus, you can potentially do it again during the Reaper War. How can he be number 1?
We'll get to that later. Samara is without a doubt one of the strongest people I've met.
Protheans taught her people when they were even more primitive than they are now.
And plenty of Asari, like Samara, have taken what you taught them and gone even further beyond. Samara has plenty of feats to her name, such as defeating a village's worth of Asari who were manipulated by Morinth. Or personally carrying 50 people above floodwaters when smugglers blew up a dam.
Those reports are known to exaggerate.
Samara's experience and intelligence are nearly unmatched with hundreds of years of combat and training, and she's known to have studied other races.
Justica. Very brutal. Not known for forgiveness.
That's a good point, Morden. If you're on Samara's bad side, you're not coming out alive. Just ask Morinth.
Speaking of which, are we not counting Morinth here?
It would probably be a bad idea to invite her. Vega might fall for her and get murdered.
I would not fall for some psycho murdering Asari. Right away.
I suppose Morinth would go somewhere in A tier. She shows relativity to Samara, but she's no doubt weaker since she always ran away from their battles. Now, my final team member here is Rex, who I think is the strongest.
As if there were any doubts.
Many people will be quick to point out how Ashley can potentially kill Rex, but in a straight fight, Ashley has no chance. Plus, that was some obvious cutscene BS. Rex is a Krogan, and just like with Grunt, that means he has all the advantages of Krogan biology. Despite his size, he has an insanely quick dash.
What do you mean, my size? Are you saying I've gained weight?
Put down the roasted Varan leg and maybe you won't be so chunky.
There's just more of you to love, Rex.
On top of being a Krogan, Rex is also a biotic, giving him additional durability and strength. Rex was famed for his prowess, and became the leader of a Urdnot tribe at a young age, and even defeated his father Jared, who was a veteran of the Krogan Rebellion. Not to mention that as the leader of Clan Urdnot, and the leader of the Krogan people overall, Rex must be the single strongest individual or someone else would have shown up to kill him.
Plenty tried, and plenty of them lived to regret it for about 5 seconds. I'll defeat Rex myself and become the strongest. You're welcome to try, Junior. Stop calling me that. Make me.
No, not here.
I got 400 credits on Grunt.
I got 800 on Rex.
This is gonna be good.